I hereby call the fourth day of the fifth regular session of the 23rd Congress to order. May we all rise for a moment of silent prayer. Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Senator Abelo Alfonso,
Pasalilia Mang, amen.
Senator Arridos, Senator Asher, Senator Christian, Senator Figuer, Senator Colland, Senator Conman,
Yes, good morning.
Floor Leader Lawrence, Senator Marar, Senator Nemea,
Yes.
Vice Speaker Romulo,
Amen.
Senator Segra,
Yes, good morning.
Senator Urosamal, Speaker Moses.
Hey,
Mr. Speaker, 9 members are present.
thank you. With that, we have a quorum to transact business today. And let me make a correction to my earlier statement. It's the 6th regular session and not the 5th. So next item, Chief Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We're now on item number 4, reading of the journal.
Floor Leader Lawrence.
Morning, Speaker, members. I move that we dispense with this reading of the journal.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress dispense with the reading of the journal. Any objection? If none, we will vote on the said motion. All those in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carried. Congress is now dispensed with the reading of the journal. Next item, Chief Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The next item is item number 5, presidential communications. We have 2 of them, and they are numbers 23-546 and number 23-547.
So I'm pleased to see here that the FSM and the 4 states have now endorsed our strategic development plan, and for this communication, it's the infrastructure development plan, which is the deadline was supposed to be for March of this year, and they made it in a couple months early. So I'm happy for that. And also 23-547, which is a supplemental budget. So I hope we can get moving on that and hopefully do something with it in the next couple of days. And I see in today's package we have the ceiling resolution also. So next item, Chief Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Item 6, CFSM Supreme Court communications. None at the moment, Mr. Speaker.
Next item.
Item 7, member communications. Again, we have member communication number 23-26 and number 23-27.
Please assign those, Chief Clerk. Next item.
Item 8, departmental communications. None, Mr. Speaker.
Next item.
Item 9, agency or governmental authority communications. None also, Mr. Speaker.
Next item.
Item 10, state communications. None, Mr. Speaker.
Next item.
Item 11, State Supreme Court communications. We do not have any, Mr. Speaker.
Continue.
Item 12, municipal or town communications. None. Item 13, foreign government communications. None also, Mr. Speaker. And item number 14, miscellaneous communications. None, Mr. Speaker.
Order of the day.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First item under the order of the day is item 15, standing committee reports. As of now, we do not have any, Mr. Speaker.
Next item.
Item 16, special committee reports. We have one, and it's number 23-12 by the Committee to Wait on the President.
Vice Speaker Romulo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and good morning to you and members. As stated in the committee report, the committee that was assigned to wait on the President have met with the President and the Vice President and its cabinet on Friday we have brought to the attention of the President that Congress are in town for this special session and is ready to transact business and any other issues that President and the Cabinet may see fit to address in this session. So in the report, Mr. Speaker, we have brought some concerns that were discussed during our executive meeting after our session, and some of which also included in here the response. First off is the issue that brought up during discussion and on our agenda with the pilotage fee that were charged to the military vessel that was doing our medical services in Chuk. As indicated in the report, the question were raised by members regarding the charges, why there is a charge now, knowing that this is not the first time the vessel have come to provide that same service. They did acknowledge, the Department of Foreign Affairs did acknowledge that there weren't any charges before, but it is also discussed among the members, the Cabinet, that it's out of our jurisdiction because the pilotage fee it's assessed by within the state, which other members of the committee have also expressed concerns that even though it's out of our jurisdiction, but it is a military vessels and we have the compact agreement which include the exemptions of our military vessels. So the President have indicated that they will look into to see how we can address this issue for future services that may come. What President have asked the Secretary of TCNI to first issue a letter to the pilot, the captains who assess these fees, and we'll look into how they would build in the exemption of this kind of vessels when issuing their pilot license. So this is a solution that is brought up that they will deal with now, with the Secretary issuing that letter to the pilot, all the pilots in the FSM. Another concern that was brought up, Mr. Speaker and members, is the issue of the vessels that brought the patients and left Chuk to all the way to Panape and without disembarking the patients. As indicated in the report and by the President and the Secretary, that they did acknowledge what happened, and they have created a panel to look into this matter. Mr. Speaker and members, the other issues that were discussed and brought up to the President, also the funding that's been in discussion every session, year in and year out, the fund that we appropriate for the PII case, and the fund that were set aside by the finance. As earlier we discussed, and they indicated to us that it will be reported after the audit. Now, when the question was raised, the Secretary of Finance have indicated to us that the money is not there. It has been transmitted through the revenue projections that were submitted to us in 2022. So the questions that we've been raising and waiting for an answer, it has been answered, that it's already in that projection that was sent in 2022. Some members were also raised a concern and acknowledged what the secretary have said, and they indicated that they should, if they included in that revenue projection, they should itemize that it is included this amount, but they failed to do that. So that's pretty much the president have also indicated that they will send some bills and resolutions, nominations, and grants, and they have also asked if we could also consider and put them as a priority, especially the nominations as we go. We're going on the 2-year into their administration, and they want a full cabinet of their with the nominations that they will be forthcoming this session. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I will ask the other members who can share anything that I may miss in this report. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Vice Speaker. Before we move on to discussion, can you make a motion for adoption of the report?
So I'll move for the adoption of the report, Mr. Speaker.
It's been moved and seconded that the Special Committee Report number 23-12 be adopted by Congress. Discussion.
Mr. Speaker, may I?
Madam Chair Abelio Alfonso.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just wish to add something which I feel is very relevant with regards to the discussion that took place regarding the 9 million in funds. I noticed that the report doesn't really specify what the Secretary of Finance actually shared, which is, I think, very important to mention that the audit for 2022 actually already closed, and so this issue was included as per audit report. The amount of 9 million was already also part of that. So in fact, as far as they're concerned, the 9 million is already accounted for by the audit. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you for trying to elaborate on the Secretary's position. But if you may allow me, if it was in fact part of the exit meetings for the audit, how come they're bringing it up now? Because the last public hearing that I was in, that was held in the conference room, they sent over the balance of, because they set aside 9 point some million, Congress appropriated 6 million to pay off the settlement. And then they returned to us the balance. How come the balance was returned but not the one that was appropriated? That's my only question that I still have. So I still don't buy that it was part of revenue projection. Any further discussion?
Speaker, let me also just add, if I may, Mr.
Vice
Speaker,
Speaker.
maybe it's better, it's good for the chairman of the Ways and Means, that the Secretary and the President have also indicated that this Department of Finance can come back to the committee to report and to clarify other issues relating to this fund, if we wish. So it's up to the chairman if he wants to call for another oversight, but they have indicated that they will be ready to come. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker,
Chairman Figueroa.
I don't think there's a need for further clarification. All this, since 2023 and since that 2022 report came out, I cannot recall seeing any mention of the 9.0 million mentioned in that carryover or expenditures. But I have yet to go back and check. I may have
Thank you.
overlooked that.
Thank you, Chairman Figueroa. Any further discussion? Chairman Rusmal, you look like you have something to say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I guess when you're up there, you can read the minds of members, huh? But just an additional comments on the report. I know there wasn't much discussion relating to ships, but I would fail if I didn't mention anything in addition to what is reported in the written report of the committee. Because whoever drafted the report made it a very small thing about ship, which to me is a very important aspects of our operations here. I had thanked the actually the Secretary of DCNI for revising the schedule of the vessel that would be going to YAP this month, and that the President and the Secretary both agreed and have deleted out portion of the field trip services so that the ship could go to YAP earlier than what they had planned. And the scheduling of the vessel is still fluid, maybe subject to further revision, even though it had already been revised. But I am grateful that the President has seen fit to talk about ship, and that when mentioned about visit to the outer islands, especially the outer islands of Yap, it was, the reply from the administration was, it was waiting for Congress to appropriate money for that visit to the outer islands of Yap. So if there is no money already appropriated for that, I would hope that Congress would see fit to make some money available so that the President can visit the outer islands of Yap. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Chairman Rusmal. Any further discussion on the said report? And before we close debate, there is a small section in here that relates to the foreign workers. So if I could ask Chairman of R&D to please take a look carefully. That's been an issue that has been raised to members, I believe. So if sometime during this regular session. Any further discussion? If none, I would like to thank Chairman of the committee and the members for a very good report, detailed report. And so if no objection, we will vote on its adoption. All those in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carried. Special Committee Report number 23-12 has been adopted by Congress. Next special report.
None, Mr. Speaker.
Next item.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The next item is item number 17 for assignment of measures and communications. Kindly refer to referral sheet number 23-80.
Chairs and members, please take note of the referral sheet. Item number 18.
Unfinished business, none at the moment, Mr. Speaker.
Continue.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The next item is item 19, bill calendar, none also, Mr. Speaker. Item 20, resolution calendar, we do not have any, Mr. Speaker. Item 21, introduction of bills and resolutions, Mr. Speaker.
If you have any measures to introduce, please pass them forward to Chief Clerk. Next item.
Item 22, miscellaneous business, Mr. Speaker.
Miscellaneous business.
Mr. Speaker,
Madam
if I
Chair,
may.
you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I wish to join speakers this past Friday in sharing greetings of the holiday season. Good morning to you all. I bring with me warm greetings from the beautiful island state of Coxay. This past December 25th, Coxay celebrated Christmas with family, community, churches, with worship, gatherings, feasting, singing, marching, stars, tephra, colorful uniform traces, and shirts, slippers, shoes, flowers, Christmas straws. Very good for the economy. And they also did a caravan hosted by groups and the villages, municipalities, and the whole island state. Koshai type of Christmas, marching and singing is a church tradition, a long-time church tradition that can only be found in Koshai and among Koshaians all over the globe. Today, I'm wearing the Christmas dress uniform for the group I was marching with, Ichikumi from Lela. It was tough competition, but Ichikumi declared them the winner. So did Nikumi, Sankumi, Yonkumi. We all won. And that's the beauty of this Christmas tradition of marching and singing. We Koshaians celebrated Christmas with much peace, love, and joy. Reminiscence of the joy to the world. Even if it is late, I would like to say Merry Christmas to you all, and may you all continue to carry the peace, love, and joy of Christmas with you today and onward. The spirit of Christmas, peace, love, and joy spilled over into the new year. Koshaians celebrated New Year with splashing of water. Very economical. Most people in Koshai don't pay water. I drove by the streets, many Koshaians from all ages, mothers, fathers, sons and daughters stood by the road with their water hoses and buckets of water to splash cars passing by, shouting Happy New Year, cleansing of a new year. As more of an observer than participants, I felt it, that peace on earth, goodwill to men message. January 5th, Koshai delegation staff joined the families and friends of the late Senator Palignahuele in observing the one-year death anniversary. This past Friday, January 10th, was a holiday for Koshai State in observance of Koshai Constitution Day. Koshai Constitution came into existence January 11, 1983. It's been 42 years. I wish to extend Happy Constitution Day to all the Koshaians here and abroad. As a representative from the state of Koshai, I bring with me the spirit of Christmas and New Year in wishing you all a Happy New Year. May the peace and joy of the holiday season be with us all. Kulamalalap, Kalangan, Kilisao Chopper, Kamakar, God bless the Federated States of Micronesia. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair Segra. So I take it that the tradition of spraying cars on the road came from Koshai to Pohnpei. Any further miscellaneous business?
Speaker,
Madam Chair Abelio Alfonso.
I'm not sure what exactly is the protocol, but I would like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt condolences to Madame Conman and the family for the recent loss that they have experienced with the loss of her father. So I join everybody else in praying for God's comfort during their time of sorrow. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for doing that on all our behalf. Any further miscellaneous business? If none, next item, Chief Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Item 23, announcements.
Chairman Figuer, any announcements?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I understand there's a meeting being scheduled for tomorrow morning at 8:30 with Maggie Rovolsky regarding the trust fund. She's in town meeting with the FSM Trust Fund board members. And I would urge all members present in Pohnpei to attend the briefing from Maggie representing Woolside.
Thank you. What time is the,
8:30 in the morning at the members' lounge.
thank you.
So recess, Mr. Speaker.
Short recess. Congress is back in session. Any more announcements? Madam Chair Abelio Alfonso,
No announcements at the moment, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Chairman Nemia,
I don't have any at the moment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Madam Chair Conman,
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have no announcement, but I just want to say my Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you.
thank you, Madam Chair. Chairman Rusmal,
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Your Committee on Education is still on hold, awaiting the decision of this Congress on the remarriage or state divorce of the two committees. Thank you.
thank you. Madam Chair Segra,
No announcement. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Vice Speaker Romulo,
No announcement, Mr. Speaker.
thank you. Floor Leader Lawrence, any announcements and your regular?
No announcements, Mr. Speaker. I move that Congress stands in recess until tomorrow morning at 10.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress stand in recess until tomorrow morning at 10. All those in favor of the said motion say aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carried. Congress stands in recess until 10 a.m. tomorrow.